SFL Nation, what up, doe? Welcome to the East River Cathedral, home of the New York Gargoyles, sitting at a record of 5-2, facing San Jose, who also had a record of 5-2. This game is for supremacy. First place in the SFLm. Welcome to you, New York guys. And I got a question for the New York fans out there. Is Brooklyn in the house? Without a doubt. Beside me is my man, my partner, Brett Killian. Brett, what's going on today and what you looking for in tonight's matchup for both these two teams?
Well, it's simply enough, Eddie. We're talking about battle of the top two quarterbacks in the league. You've got Jordan Goodman, the only quarterback over 2,000 yards in passing this season, against Brady White, who has maybe single-handedly turned around this San Jose season, going from 0-2 to 5 straight wins. Can San Jose carry the momentum, or is it going to be G2G all day in New York?
We shall see. And listen to Brady White. He has made a name for himself, letting everyone know that his team is undefeated since he joined the game. And that's kickoff, guys. Let's see how this game unfolds. The ball is kicked off to New York. The ball's going to be returned out to around the 35-yard line. First down, New York.
And Jordan Goodman's going to have his first chance to make an impression on this San Jose team. And Eddie, like you said, supremacy is on the line essentially for these minor leagues, because after this week, they've only got, I believe, just 2 games remaining each on either side before we start heading into, serious, playoff territory perchance. So this is going to be definitely for, some bragging rights heading into, later on.
Split wing jokers for New York here on first down at the 35-yard line. Jordan surveys the defense, hikes the ball off, hands off to his tailback, who's going to get stuffed for a loss of a yard in the play. Dominic Kane with the carry.
Yeah, and you're looking at probably 2 of the fresher faces in this minor league in the run game, in Dominic Kane and Tommy Thompson, who's a new player that came in at the start of the season. It'll be interesting if they keep going with the run game or it's going to be pass. It looks like it's going to be pass on this 4 wide receiver set.
Going empty, 5-step drop, and just like that, he goes down, unable to make the adjustments, did not see the defender in time. Down goes Jordan Goodman.
Yeah, and that was just a great cornerback blitz play by San Jose, knowing that New York likes to favor the pass game more than they do the run game. Now, New York forced in a passing situation. If I'm San Jose, I'm looking at Goodman to Goodman. I'd be looking to block that.
Empty bunch left, going to be a 5-step drop. Quarterback is under pressure again, but this time he gets the ball. It is complete, but it's going to fall about 2 yards short of the line to gain, and New York's going to have to punt.
Eddie, did you see that they brought Aeneas Williams again on the blitz attempt? It's just they're looking at bringing pressure to Goodman and making sure that he doesn't have time in that pocket. He's lucky to get that throw off first off, and he's lucky to get 15 yards on that catch.
New York is going to punt this ball away, going to do everything they can to try to pin San Jose inside the 10-yard line. Punt is up in the air. It's going to be fielded, fair caught at about the 24-yard line. First down, San Jose.
And now you're looking at the other side of the offensive spectrum. Brady White, he has been a wonder for this San Jose offense. This connection, you talk about his main guy that connects to. Look at number 17, Victor Rojas, the big 6'6", 235 product that has been a wonder to this league.
Quads look on first down, 4 wide receivers on the field. Going to be a 3-step drop, surveys the defense, gets the ball out, and it's going to be picked up and dropped by the receiver there, looking to make a first down, but unable to corral that ball. Going to set up a 2nd down and 10.
And Eddie, Eric Belmont was pretty close to that air ball as well, that jump ball situation. And you got to know, that 6'4" frame, he should have played basketball in high school at least. He should have known to at least jump for that baby, at least act like a rebound.
Empty set, ace look, 2 tight ends on the field, going to send a receiver in motion. That's Ace Ketchum line up in the backfield now. 3-step drop. Ball goes out and it's complete for a gain of about 6 yards on the kick play. Louis Codoti with the reception.
Yeah, and Codoti over the last couple weeks, Eddie, has performed really well as well, and he's bumped himself into the top 5 category in terms of receiving yards. He's up to 425 coming into this game.
3rd down and 4. Looks like a I wing joker's look. You got a receiver line up to the right of the quarterback. Gonna roll out to the receiver side. Strong side, gonna get the ball out complete for a first down. Nice play design. Victor Rojas with the reception.
Yeah, and New York's game plan coming into this game is making sure that Rojas doesn't beat the defenders through on the deep side. So I would expect San Jose to counter by getting Rojas with those short routes, and those are going to work.
Empty once again, 5-step drop, and that ball is going to be dropped by the receiver, Victor, with the 1-and-B reception, but unfortunately unable to hold on to it. Going to set up a 2nd down and 10. Let's go over this offense for San Jose. We talked about Brady White, all-world quarterback coming in, undefeated since he's got here. Ace Ketchum and Aunt Tim in the backfield along with Speedy Gonzalez. Wide receivers are Victor Rojas, Louis Caduti, Aiden Teixeira, and Kevin Porter. Tight ends, Rodney Smith, Singh, and we'll go over the offensive line here in a moment. 3-step drop here. Going to get the ball out, and it's going to be batted down by the defense. Going to set up a 3rd down and 10. Great deflection. I think he hit the back of the inside linebacker. There was Jair Greg-Flint.
Yeah, and Graco-Flint has made an impression in the major leagues as well. So New York definitely has himself one of the better linebackers in the minor leagues for sure, helping out in the linebacking core.
3rd down and 10, going to go empty here. 5 wide receivers on the field. Five-step drop, surveys the defense, but the time runs out on him. He's going to go down. San Jose goes down. Brady White eats the turf there on 3rd down and 10. Going to set up a 4th down and 16.
Yeah, it was great pursuit from the defensive line, and it finally took P. Fudor to come in and just get to White. And it was just a missed block from Pace, who is that right tackle, and White had no time to get that ball off.
No time at all. Going to force a punt by San Jose. So both offenses come on the field. Both forced a punt. Going to get this ball out back to New York. Looking to take advantage of some decent field position. But it's going to be caught, fielded, and tackled right at the 21-yard line. 1st down, New York. Let's go over that offense for New York. You got quarterback Jordan Goodman. Tommy Thompson at tailback along with his buddy Dominic Kane. Fullback Kajori Rivers. Wide receivers are Michael Goodman, Carol Needfelt, Yvonne Lazardi, and tight end S.C. Mago, along with James Jennings, his teammate. You got offensive linemen Sam Falco, D'Angelo De Jesus, and Kane Cook. 5-step drop, right-handed quarterback looks downfield, gonna find a man, but that ball is tipped away. Great defense there by San Jose to knock that ball away, Brett.
Yeah, and Jordan Goodman is always looking for that early connection with Michael Goodman, and it was an okay look. I think he should have probably arced that a little bit higher because that was almost intercepted, like you said before. Goodman's got to be careful if he's looking for that connection.
2nd down and 10. Second time we've seen this split jokers look from New York. Countered by a 4-3 defense. Going to get the ball out. Who's going to muzzle his way downfield for a pickup of about 5 yards on that carry. Look at these numbers on New York's jerseys, Brett.
Yeah, and it's pretty well. I've always loved, orange and black in terms of uniforms, and I think New York has done well, at least with this jersey combination tonight.
Both teams doing a lot of empty personnel here tonight. 5-step drop, right-handed quarterback surveys the defense, get the ball downfield, but tight coverage there by San Jose. Forced to throw that ball high where no one could get it. Going to set up a 4th down and 5. Another punt here by New York.
And again, Jordan wants to look for Michael and get that connection going on early, because if that connection is good early on, that could be dangerous not only for Goodman, the quarterback, but Goodman, the receiver as well.
So New York's going to punt this ball away. San Jose going to field it about the 35-yard line. Going to get tackled right at the 43-yard line. Going to mark them down at 7 yards short of midfield. San Jose has great starting field position, Brett.
Yeah, and best starting field position in this first quarter. And now Brady White's got to decide, at least as a quarterback, if he's going to start off with the run, which I think they should, because they have the better running backs between the two teams, or if he's going to play, a little bit of Hollywood and start passing this ball off again.
4-2 defense facing up against a nickel offense. They're going to go out and try to do an outside zone, but it's going to be tackled at the gain of only about a yard. Greg-Flint with the tackle.
Yeah, and the big thing that we want to see on that New York defense is I want to see how those corners play an effect to the receivers. I'm looking more specifically at Andre Brown.
Out wing Joker's three-step drop. Gets the ball out quick, but the defense was right on point. Able to bat that ball away. Great defense there by New York.
Yeah, and again, both these defenses have been playing really well to start things off. And you're talking about two explosive offenses. New York loves the pass game. You can see it from Jordan Goodman's numbers. And then Brady White, he's had a couple games where he's been explosive as well. And San Jose has gotten 30+ on the board.
3rd down and 9, 4-1 defense. They're going to run a combo inside zone here, putting pressure on the outside, making someone inside beat them. And they do just that with a great catch there by San Jose to move the chains. Louis Cadoti with his 2nd reception in this ball game.
And right now, both wide receiver ones for these teams have been struggling a bit. Rojas does have the 1 catch, but Brady White's doing the right thing and looking at the next man up, who is going to be that wide receiver 2 in Louis Cadoti. He's making some noise early on. That's going to help San Jose move forward.
Empty set again. 2 tight ends on the field for San Jose. 5-step drop, looks down the middle of the field. That ball is out and knocked down by the defense, I believe it was. Tight coverage there, looking for his receiver, number 45, but unable to bring it in.
Here's one thing that we've got to remember here, Eddie. Ant Tim is number 45, so we'll have to keep an eye on that. It's a little bit wrong on our roster sheet here, but that was the intended target. That was Ant Tim.
Thanks for pointing that out, Brett. That's why you, my man, up here in the booth alongside me. Again, 2 tight ends on the field. Going to send number 80 in motion for San Jose. That's tight end Song Sing. Empty set. 3-step drop. Going to get the ball out quick. He does. Going to find a man wide open for completion. Right down the middle of the field. Cadoti, a busy man today, Brett.
Yeah, and again, this time New York's trying to defend basically any touchdown throws, because usually in this position, around the 30 to 40-yard line, Brady White likes to throw that baby deep and try to get it to Rojas, but they're preventing the touchdown. I think they're okay with allowing the 1st downs.
3 tight ends on the field this time here on 1st down. 5-step drop, gets the ball out to his right and finds a man wide open. High throw, but he's able to bring it down. Cadoti, my goodness, this man is looking to sign a contract in the big leagues, Brett.
Yeah, he's putting a lot of teams on notice at this point in the first half. No, I said not even the first half, this first quarter, that if Rojas is going to be the man mainly covered by New York, he's going to be left open. You might as well just sling the rock his way. I wouldn't be too surprised if he gets himself close to 20 targets in this game the way this is going.
Look at my man Will Todd in the chat. Support his San Jose flight. Going to be a toss out to the right side. Going to bounce off a defender, but help is on the way. They get there, bring them down, set up a 2nd and goal about the 5-yard line. Great tackle.
And this is the one thing, this is the one thing that we see San Jose do, especially in goal line situations. They go more heavy set and they try to trust in the run. In their last victory that I was in last week, they trusted a lot on the run once they got inside the 10. So we're seeing it again.
6-man defensive line here on 2nd down. Going to be a give out to the right side. Going to be brought down, however. Great tackle there. They're keeping a lot of eyes on Tim here early on, Brett.
Yeah, and if you're in a goal line situation and you're thinking San Jose, you have to think of those more experienced running backs coming into play. The guys like Ace Ketchum and guys like Speedy Gonzalez are going to get touches.
Double set, looking out there, but that ball is great job on the pass deflection. That's a 2nd time already in this game. Number 44 for New York has made an impact. Grackleflint with the deflection.
And again, it's one of those situations where San Jose is not seeing the run working for them. They're forced to pass on 3rd and goal, and they decide to go to the back of the end zone, which was their bread and butter last week to beat Philadelphia, if I'm not mistaken. And it just doesn't work out this time. Grackleflint does great work on setting himself back and just getting his hands on the football.
Chip shot, 22-yard field goal is up, and it is right down Broadway. San Jose strikes first with a 3-0 lead.
And sometimes in a game that starts off slow for both these offenses, sometimes just getting points on the board, kind of relieves the team on the sideline who gets the points, because now that they're on the board, they can kind of settle down. They've got themselves a lead. Maybe they can just, bury it down even more defensively and force New York into, a grind it out kind of contest.
So San Jose going to kick this ball off back to New York, looking to get some good field position. They're going to get it. Oh, but got a flag on the play on the tackle. Tackled about the 33-yard line, but hold on. Let's check this laundry, Brett. Face mask.
Incidental.
Yeah.
And that one's going to be tough. We've seen that a couple times in this. It's not only in the minor leagues, but in the major leagues as well, especially when it comes to your hands team. Sometimes you just got to make sure your hands are below, I like to call it the nipple area, even though, you know, it's not appropriate to say it in the booth, the nipple area, but like keep those hands below that area.
But below what area?
The nipple area.
Gotcha. 4-3 defense countering this empty look. Both teams are exploring today. 5-step drop, looking right down the middle of the field, and that way overthrows the receiver. Wow. Talk about, like Jacob says, way too big there on the pass, and that ball is batted away by San Jose. Let's go over this New York defense. We haven't done that yet. They got 4 defensive linemen, Brett. Big snacks down there, along with Anthony Ellison, our defensive tackles. Defensive ends, Kano Fortson and P. Fedor are your defensive ends. Linebackers, Brogan Sparrow, Feeney Steele, and Grackleflame, which we called his name out a few times. We'll go over that secondary in a moment. Going to be a give off to the back, number 26, and a run for a first down. That split Joker's look. First time we've seen him have this kind of success out of that set. Dominic Kane with the carry.
Yeah, not a lot of carries so far in this first quarter for Kane. It's been a lot of Jordan Goodman, but they're going to need to start relying on that run game, because now we've seen a couple times Goodman overthrow his guys by a good 3-4 yards. I think Dude needs to settle down. I think he needs to stay with the run.
They're going to stay with this split wing, this split Joker's look. Going to be a toss this time out to the strong side. I don't see that too often. They got good yardage out of it on a toss. Picks up a gain of about 4.
You know, I like that opposite side toss for Tommy Thompson, because you're going to have your other man on the split back formation help you block on that side, hopefully be a lead block guy, and he got a nice couple yards out of it.
New York is loving this split wing Joker's look. Going to line up again on 2nd down and 6. This kind of going to send a back in motion out to the flat. Take that corner up out there. As you see him, he has to respect it. Going to give it out to the left side. Going to pick up a gain of about 4 yards. Dominic Kane with another carry. Going to set up a 3rd down and 2.
Back-to-back 4-yard runs, and sometimes if you want to play that run game, that's all the yards you need, because every 3 plays you get a first down with every 4 yards.
Split Jokers again. They love this look. This time going to pass out of it. 5-step drop. Time runs out. He's hit and hit again, and down goes Goodman for a sack of about 6-yard loss.
Yeah, he shut off that first tackle. I think that was Jack Big Boss that got to him first, but couldn't get him down. And then in comes Frodo Laggins, absolute bulldozer of a hit. Eddie, I don't know if even I would get up from that kind of hit.
As one of our buddies like to say, he was absolutely obliterated. 4th down and 8. New York's offense struggling so far here today. Going to force a punt. Angle punt going to be fair, caught at about the 14-yard line. Going to set up San Jose deep in their own end, Brett.
And give credit to San Jose in this first quarter. New York is known for their explosive starts to games. And right now, they've limited them to a donut on the scoreboard.
Been talking to the offensive coordinator for New York these past couple of days, having some good conversations with him. He was really excited about this matchup. We'll see how this game unfolds, but right now being held in check. Cover 3 look here by by New York, and that ball is lucky to not be intercepted, throwing in the dangerous area of the field, Brett.
Yeah, Rojas has struggled in this first quarter. It's been a lot of Luis Caduti, and White might have to just look his way until Rojas can properly get himself open. It's been a struggle for him to create space.
4-3 defense against this empty ace look. 2 tight ends on the field. Going to be a 5-step drop. Plenty of time for the offensive line. Look at them doing their job. Gets the ball out and finds a wide open receiver for a first down. Going to move those chains. Rojas with the reception.
And honestly, I think that was just New York's defenders going a little bit too far back. And we'll see on the replay. Yeah, it looked almost like a comeback route from Rojas, and that kind of helped out to his benefit, because the ball was thrown a little bit short too, and he managed to get to it in front of the football.
Empty look again. Both teams loving this empty set, Brett. 4-3 defense showing blitz up the middle. They do bring it. It's going to be a cover 2 blast, and he finds a wide open receiver there for a first down. You play that cover 2, Brett, and that defense does not get home, you're going to have some open receivers downfield.
Yeah, that's going to be the problem, because with that cover 2, you only have, you got one safety lower and one safety higher that's going to be covering the middle of the field. And Coduti, once again, finds that middle ground, finds that open hole between the two, gets another catch on the board. That's got to be his 4th or 5th catch in the quarter alone.
Putting in work here for San Jose here early on in this first half. Empty look, 5-step drop. Great job on the offensive line. Look at them putting in work. Finds a wide open receiver, but he's unable to locate the ball. I'm not sure if that was just a bad throw, miscommunication, but that ball falls incomplete. That's a missed opportunity there, Brett.
A little bit of column A, a little bit of column B. The ball was overthrown ever so slightly, but I think Rojas did the wrong thing in turning his body around and sliding from the backside.
Yeah. Empty ace look. 4-3 defense. This time going to bring that safety down in the box with a robber look. Going to throw right over his head, but his teammate got his back. Going to deflect that ball away, and we've been calling Grackleflint's name all here this first quarter, Brett.
Man, he's not usually a guy that steps so far back in coverage for Queen City, so he's playing a little bit of a different role for New York, and he's playing it wonderfully in this first quarter.
Dime look like a robber's look or a buzz look here. You got the strong safety down in the box. He's going to stay there, so he stays home. Going to throw the ball over his head, and that ball is caught, but there's a penalty flag on the play as the receiver took a vicious hit. Let's see what the refs have to say about it. Going to be a pass interference.
Yeah, that's going to be interesting. They're going to call it defensive pass interference. No need to accept that, considering that the catch was made already. But, very, very tight coverage. Eric Belmont, trying to keep close with the hot Luis Coduti right now. And again, Coduti just being the man in the first quarter for San Jose.
4-3 defense. Again, they're going to keep that safety down in the box, trusting their defense to make plays on the back end, but they're unable to do it there as Coduti is putting in work.
Man, he's putting in work and then some. We'll have to check these first quarter stats if we can, because it has been all one-way street going for San Jose, and it's been working for him. That's a beautiful pass from Brady White as well. Only Coduti could get to that ball.
I don't know if that was Coduti or Yayo Montana out there. Both guys putting on a clinic here so far. 107 yards receiving here in the first quarter. They got to get this play off with 1 second to go in the first quarter, right down the field, and that ball is tipped away by the defense. And guess who? Grackleflint with yet another pass deflection.
Yeah, that was a tight one, but San Jose's on good momentum ending this quarter, Eddie.
Put your twos up, fellas. The first quarter has come and gone just that quick, Brett. New York trying to defend the SFL red zone here as San Jose is looking to strike and put up more points on the board just inside of it at the 19-yard line. Going to go empty. They loving this ace empty set. 5-step drop, surveys the defense with the ball right down the field. That ball is caught just over the head of the defense. I think that was Grackleflint who was trying to deflect that ball away, but unfortunately for them, unable to do so. Victor Rojas with another reception.
Man, that's a tough throw from Brady White. He's trying to, again, throw that ball in between the linebackers and the safeties, and he gets it right where he needs to. And Rojas needed to stretch his hand out just to get to the right place, because he was about half a pace behind that football. Does great work. Another 1st and goal. Expect this to be heavy run.
6-man defensive line here by New York, anticipating when they're going to roll out, looking downfield. There's a shovel pass, and wide open, he finds his tailback. Ace catch him for the touchdown, Brett.
Eddie, how often do we see the shovel pass in the major leagues, let alone in the minor leagues? That is crazy, and that is gutsy from Brady White as well. See that there was nobody open really downfield for him confidently enough. Sees catch him about 2 yards ahead of him. Just says, you know what? You take that baby and you go home. And man, what a shovel pass.
He was wide open, Brett. I don't think I've ever seen that play ran before at all in any level. Extra point is up on the way, and it is good in New York. This crowd has been silenced as San Jose has taken a 10-0 lead.
And it's been a shocker here, at least, because we're expecting, firepower from both these teams, and right now only one team has showed up offensively.
Yeah, New York has gone 3 and out on a number of occasions, just trying to find a rhythm here, but San Jose is not granting them that rhythm. That be a short kick, going to be fielded at about the 20-yard line in return for a nice return of about 20 yards up to the 40-yard line. And boy, did New York need that for some momentum.
And I wonder if wind played an effect to that kick, or maybe just, hit off the wrong toe. I'm not sure what happened there, but that was really short. That's probably one of the shortest kickoffs I've seen in this era.
Off the wrong toe. I heard that one. Split wing jokers for New York. They love this set. Gonna be a give to the back who runs a man over. I'm not gonna mention his name because his wife might be watching, but he's brought down after a gain of about 5 yards.
And Dominic Kane, he wants to get those carries. And again, I like New York's play style of not, sticking to one side of the field and running the ball to. That was a stretch to the left, basically on the weak side, and it worked out to get 5 yards.
It's clear to me, Brett, watching this game, that both teams are utilizing some hex playbooks, if you will. Going to send that wing receiver out toward the numbers. Going to be a toss to his side, trying to spread the defense. They do just that, but only able to pick up 2 yards. Tackle on that play by number 32.
And Tommy Thompson, not as explosive of a runner as Dominic Kane, but
yeah,
he's making his noise a little bit early on. Just 2 yards, but those are a tough 2 yards to run. Sets up a third and manageable, but New York's got to convert on this.
Our wing jokers countered by a 4-3 defense. Going to bring the receiver in motion to the weak side of the field. Looking to get some more grass for the defense to work against. Going to be a 5-step drop. Surveys the defense, looking for someone to get open. He throws the ball out there, and that ball is caught and dropped by the receiver. And I think, Brett, that the jump up in the air by the defender may have blinded his vision there for a moment.
Yeah, almost an ill-advised jump as well, because that ball was right on his chest if he didn't have to jump for it.
Yeah.
And I don't know what the receiver was thinking, but, sometimes doing too much can result in something like that. So I think New York's just got to calm down.
Yeah, unable to take advantage of that field position they were granted with the kickoff return. Going to punt this ball away. And there's a fumble, but gathered, picked that back up by San Jose. And wow, for a moment there, I thought he had something going there, but New York did a great job of bringing him down, locating the football. It's going to be marked at about the 15-yard line.
Eddie, I don't know about you, but I would have freaked out. I would have thrown my headset away if that guy recovered that fumble and took it to the house. That would have been one of the wildest minor league plays I've ever seen, and that's including the inaugural seasons in the league where we had those practice fields that maybe fielded 10,000 people for each team.
Empty set here by San Jose. Two tight ends on the field. Going to send a man in motion. That's Victor Rojas. Going to go out to the near side of the field. For those of you listening on the radio, going left to right, west to east. 5-step drop, gets the ball out quick and finds a wide open Victor Rojas, who's able to pick up the ball and get some additional yardage on the ground for a gain of about 17 yards. Rojas with the reception.
And you're starting to see the adjustments from San Jose early on from quarter to quarter. Rojas already has, 3 receptions in this quarter alone. He has been more effective definitely than what he was in the first. And because of the shorter routes that they've been giving him, he's becoming more wide open.
I agree. Going to go empty again, keeping this New York defense in base personnel. They like what they see. Going to blitz, cover 2 look, getting the ball right over the defense's head for a completion of a gain of about another 17 yards. Right around midfield, San Jose's going to be marked on that reception. Louis Cadoti continuing to put on a highlight reel.
I might be saying this a little bit too early, Eddie, but San Jose, and more specifically Brady White, is absolutely cooking this San Jose secondary. He's making all the right reads right now. Cadoti is just basically the right guy at the right place, and he's been the benefactor of it.
Going to blitz off the edge there. And Cox catches the quarterback off guard. Get that ball out. Oh, we got a man down.
No.
Oh, no. Victor Rojas is down. He's been a huge impact for San Jose here early on.
Especially in this second quarter, Rojas just starting to get himself hot with these early second quarter catches. And now he's going to be down for at least the foreseeable future in this game. And now it'll be more on the shoulders of Brady White and Louis Cadoti to get more involved. Let's see if the other receivers get some love too. Aiden Texera and Kevin Parker, I'd be looking at some targets their way.
Next man up mentality, 4-3 defense. They could be bringing pressure off the edge again on the far side of the field. They back out of it, perhaps fool Brady White, but it doesn't matter because he gets the ball out to his target, Kevin Parker, who makes his first catch of the day. Talk about hashtag making an impact. It's next man up around here mentality.
Yeah, they need to get that next man up, and Parker coming in, one of the newer receivers, a week 5 signing for San Jose, starting to make an impact now that he's moved himself a little bit up in the depth chart. 6'2", 210, not the biggest frame out there, but he's going to get some catches.
New York has no answer for this empty ace tight end look here, Brett, as San Jose just continues to move the ball against this defense.
Dude, I think Kaduti's going to have himself one of the nights to remember, at least this season, because he's already, pushing past the 150-yard mark. And you look at Brady White's numbers early on, he's done well with his connections. Already 26 pass attempts in this first half. You don't see that out of most quarterbacks in the major leagues.
Yeah, 3-step drop. Look at the offensive line. Oh, that ball is
that's what they need.
And turned away and returned from New York. Just what they need down the right sideline. Can he go all the way? I think he will, Brett, for about a 70-yard pick 6 for New York. And wow, did they need that one.
Man, did they ever need that one? Not only for a momentum shift, but we talked about how the linebacking core for New York is vital for their defense, and nobody else but Brogan Spiraw grabbing that jump, almost a bumbling interception, and then has plenty of space over on the right side. Trusts in his speed. He's a big guy. You try to carry 280 pounds 70 yards down the field and get yourself a touchdown. That's got some guts. New York's back in this game.
It is, and he's going to take that football, hand it off to his agent, and say, "Hold on to that. I'm gonna use that as leverage when it's time for me to sign my SFL contract in the pros." New York is right back in this ball game, Brett.
Well, Spiraw's already been in the league for a couple seasons, but he's been a little bit further down the depth chart. This is a great opportunity for guys like him to get more field time and get himself more involved defensively to say, hey, I got the capability of being a top linebacker in the league.
That's why I got you behind me, Brett, to keep me on my toes. San Jose gets this ball out and returns it to the 27-yard line. Now let's see after that debacle, does Brady White stay composed? Does he remain aggressive and continue to sling the ball downfield, or do he try to get this run game involved?
Don't worry, Eddie. I made that mistake a couple times when I called my first game with Brady White on the fold. Brady Clark is an easy name to remember in our minds because he's such a staple name in this league.
Absolutely putting in work for the Houston Headhunters. Gonna go empty here. Brady looking downfield, and another interception. Are you serious, Brady White? What's going on? It is gonna be returned for another touchdown. And just like that, Brett, back-to-back plays. New York, who was once down 10-0, find themselves up 13-0, extra point pending.
Alex West might have to tell us, in the booth, but has he ever seen back-to-back pick sixes from two different linebackers? And Eddie, that pick six almost didn't happen because of the damn referee that was in front of Finn Steele. That almost was like a second tackler on him, but he manages to push his 245 frame into the end zone. Two linebacker pick sixes in a row.
It's only in the SFL, Brett. You just never know what's going to get out here.
In my worst dreams, Brett, I've seen back-to-back pick sixes thrown by Lexington Miners quarterbacks, but never have I seen back-to-back picks. Never have I seen back-to-back pick sixes quite like this in linebackers.
Yeah. You don't see it from linebackers, Eddie. That's just crazy.
You don't see it from Eddie Gage either. As San Jose gets this ball, returns it out to the 28-yard line. And right now, Brett, Brady White has to find some composure and get his team back into this ball game.
Yeah, before we get back to Brady White, let's just remind people who aren't too familiar with you, Eddie Gage, how long did you play in the league?
19 seasons, I believe.
And how many pick sixes did you have?
That would be 0.
Yeah, so that's the running joke, at least in the major leagues. You'll hear that from Gerald Smith almost every Friday night.
Every Friday night. This time he keeps it back in the backfield to at least show a presence of a run. Let's see what he does here. He's going to hand it off to him and pick up about 3 yards on the carry. And right now, Brady White's just trying to find himself, Brett.
Yeah, and right now, you throw 2 back-to-back interceptions, both of them going to the house. You need to calm things down. And like I said earlier on, before he threw the next pass attempts, now he's already at 28 pass attempts in this first half. Sometimes too many passing attempts can go the wrong way.
Yeah. Our Wayne Joe's going to toss out to the left side of the field, only going to pick up 2 yards, going to set up a 3rd down and 5.
Yeah, this is a big 3rd down for San Jose, not only in terms of momentum, but in terms of composure for this team as well. You don't want to have 2 back-to-back pick sixes and then immediately go 3 and out.
Doubles look here for San Jose. First time we've seen this tonight. Only 1 tight end on the field. Going to be a 5-step drop, looking right down the middle of the field. Offensive line holds up, but unfortunately his teammate could not hold on to the ball as that ball is caught and dropped. Aiden Teixeira with the would-be reception.
And the scariest thing in Brady White's mind at this point has to be the linebacking core for New York. That was almost a pick from Jasad Grackleflint, which would have made it the hat trick of linebacker interceptions in this of linebacker picks.
So San Jose is going to have to punt this ball out to New York. Brought down at about the 36-yard line. And the good news for San Jose is their defense has stood tall. They forced a bunch of 3-and-out situations here for New York. So the good news is they have to drive the length of the field to try to put more points on the board. But so far, San Jose's defense has stood up tall.
Well, that may be the case. It's not the same scoreline as it was just 90 seconds ago on the play clock.
1 receiver on the field. Split back's going to be a give out to the weak side. Only going to pick up about 2 yards. And so far, this New York running game has been held in check.
So for the new coaches out there, Eddie, you're saying that, this formation, this split wing jokers, you'd say it's probably one of their favorite formations this half?
I would say so.
Yeah, we're starting to see it again.
Yes. Split wing jokers going to be a give this time to the strong side. We've seen this work for him before. Pick up about 4 yards, going to set up a 3rd down and 4.
It's very interesting, despite New York's struggles offensively, that they're sticking with the split wing jokers and they're going back-to-back runs and setting themselves up in 3rd and mediums and 3rd and shorts, because Jordan Goodman, he's not been the quarterback that we thought he was going to be in this first half, at least.
Yeah, going to be a give out to the weak side, and this time they're going to pick up the 1st down. One of the better runs of the night here for New York. Dominic Kane with the give.
And that was just great separation and great gap blocking from that offensive line too. It was a great job on that right side. Plenty of space for Kane to cross midfield before he gets tackled there. So New York now with an opportunity. I think this is the first time that offense has been in enemy territory.
It is indeed here at the opponent's 47-yard line, give or take. They love this formation. Going to see it again here. 1 receiver on the field. Going to be a toss out to that strong side again. They've had success running this play, but unable this time to cut the corner. Pick up 3 yards on that carry.
I think that play was more so designed with Kane in mind, and they wanted to give it a try with Thompson, and just doesn't work out. Like I said before, Thompson not the explosive guy that Kane is, but he's getting there.
He'll get there in time. Just keep coming to practice, young man. Going to be a give out to the weak side, and again, as you called it, they get more success out of that play when Dominic Kane is running the ball.
Yeah, and you know what's even scarier? Earlier in the season, New York had Rob Noel, and they had those two working as a fine tuned machine. But now that Rob Noel is, wanting to spend more time playing with Bossier City this season, it's given opportunities for guys like Thompson and guys like Kojiro Rivers to step in.
Bunch left, 5-step drop, looking down the field, throws right down the middle of the field, and that ball was ill-advised throw down the middle of the field, and New York is lucky that ball was not intercepted.
Yeah, Goodman hasn't it just hasn't been Goodman's game in this first half, and trying to maybe force a pass this time, looking for Carroll Needfelt, and it just isn't working out because that was just well covered.
Brett, when I was in military and basic training, there were times in which we knew we were going to eat veal patties for lunch because they served it to us about 4 out of the 5 days of the work week. And I'm starting to just come out and say split wing jokers here for for New York because they seem to come out in that play about 4 out of every 7 plays.
Eddie, you're gonna be sleeping tonight, and your wife's gonna wake you up and be saying like, "Why are you saying split wing jokers in your sleep, honey?"
Split wing jokers again here. They are moving the ball downfield this drive. There's going to be a toss out to that strong side. Great blocking, but unfortunately unable to take advantage of. They're going to fall a yard short. 4th down and 1 is Laggins with the tackle.
Yeah, it's going to go to the 2-minute warning, but I think Kane made the wrong turn. He should have led with the blockers.
Too. Yeah. Had it set up great, but unfortunately just made, an ill-advised cut there, trying to get upfield. And 4th down and 1, and it looks like New York is punting, Brett.
Now, nobody in this minor league has a contracted kicker, so maybe they're looking to just pin this baby deep. Maybe it was a little bit too far for them.
Yeah.
This would have been probably like a 40-yarder, but
oh
my goodness, that ball didn't even try.
Didn't even try. It's going to be marked down at the 20. That's a net of about 11 yards.
Mm-hmm. Maybe the punter was looking to get that drop kick that famous drop kick point that Doug Flutie had to end his career. Maybe he was looking for that and just missed completely to the right.
4-3 defense showing blitz off the strong side. Got the strong side safety in the box. He's going to stay down there. Ball's out quick as he has to, but it's going to be a great corner route out to the left side. And Brett, again, for the second time in this game, Kevin Parker is hashtag making an impact, given the absence of his teammate.
Yeah, and that's what they need to do. And looking at guys like Texera, you're looking at guys like Kevin Parker. Those are going to be the guys that step up at this stage of the game. I wouldn't be too surprised if the tight ends get involved too. Sanj Singh had a fantastic game last week himself. I think he had over 50 yards.
Man, defense is going to bring pressure. And that ball is caught and running still. Yards after the catch are premium in this league, and he's going to get down at about the 35-yard line, and San Jose seems to be right back in that groove.
Dude, I wouldn't be. Yeah, he's at 173 in the first half. There's people in this league that aspire to get 170 yards in a season, and Louis Caduti is doing that in one game alone. I think a guy who would love to have 173 yards in the season is Will Todd.
Come on, I knew you was going there, Brett. I knew you were going there. I love you, Will. Empty look, 3 wide receivers on the field. Empty 3-step drop. Gonna throw the ball down the middle of the field, and that pass has been there all day out of this play set. Gonna be marked down at about the 14-yard line, and San Jose burns their first time out.
And that's the next man up on the San Jose defensive chart. That's the 5th wide receiver in that set coming in and getting a catch. Now we're starting to see White kind of spread that ball around now that Rojas is down. Caduti's got a lot of catches, but we've seen a lot of Kevin Parker, and we've now seen the 5th wide receiver in the set.
First time we've seen this look today, and wow, I called it, man. Anytime you keep those corners in the line of scrimmage, you got to get a bump on that receiver and hope the safety can get over there in time. He got a great bump, but unfortunately the safety was just a bit too slow, and that ball's going to be knocked down at about the 1.5-yard line. 1st and goal, San Jose.
Yeah, that has to put him at 190 now for Caduti. That's crazy. He's working crazy this half.
Look at this going empty here. No back in the backfield. 3-step dropping wide open. He has a receiver caught for a touchdown. So after all that, Brady White keeps his composure, brings his offense downfield, and I think that's Speedy Gonzalez with the touchdown.
And here I was thinking on this empty set, we might see a draw play for Brady White, but
yeah,
man, missed coverage on the fullback, Speedy Gonzalez, who was acting as a receiver in that empty set, beautifully ran by San Jose too, because Gonzalez was on an open island by himself.
Yes.
That's a great drive from the San Jose squad.
Wow, great drive. Great job by Brady White responding after those back-to-back picks too.
That's big. At least you bring that confidence back after you have a drive like that goes very quickly, and you get to the end zone. So
New York, as the first half comes to a close, going to return this ball, and it's a fumble and recovered by San Jose. Kidding me, Brett?
back linebacker pick sixes, and then San Jose drives down the field in their 2-minute offense, gets the score, and they still have 1:03 to go with another 2-minute drill if they want to.
And still have one timeout remaining at their disposal as well. They're going to go empty, looking to spread the defense out. And you see them here going with I think a 4 sky look. I'm seeing his cover 3 look, cover 3 weak. And they catch this ball and complete it. It's going to be marked down at about the 24-yard line, I think it is, Brett. And San Jose burns their last timeout.
Hey, way to go to step up in terms of your offense for Kevin Parker. Big first half for Brady White as well, over 300 yards. There's, again, talking about those major league teams, some quarterbacks don't even get 100 yards, let alone 300 in a game.
Man-to-man defense, it's a hat on the hat. They're going to bring the blitz around the edge. The offensive line holds up, and the receiver catches it. They're going to go hurry up, Brett, about the 6-yard line. Kevin Parker with the reception. 3-step drop, gets the ball out quick, finds his man. That ball is batted up and almost intercepted, but luckily falls aimlessly to the turf. Wow, you talk about dodging a bullet there. Brady White is playing with fire.
It had the hands of 3 New York defenders trying to grab that football. Last man on it. Strong safety Elliott Waddell can't get his mitts on it. San Jose has another chance. 2nd and goal.
2nd and goal, gonna go gun, gonna send one of those tight ends in motion out to the far side of the field, Brett. Song Singh looking to reset. Got to wait a whole second before he snaps the ball to avoid a penalty. Gathers the ball in, gets the ball out quick, and finds his target for another touchdown. Brady White putting the pass behind him. Kadoti, my goodness, Brett. You want to talk about putting on a show? This man should be in the All-Star game at this point.
Honestly, this San Jose 2-minute drill is probably the best offense that I've seen out of San Jose all season. They've scored 2 touchdowns in the span of about a minute here, Eddie. It has been absolutely splendid work to get down the field, find his targets, and like you said, forget about those 2 pick sixes earlier on. Let's throw 2 touchdowns in about a minute and get down the field, no problem whatsoever. Brady White looking like an all-star. Louis Kadudi looking like a god.
Brady White, after those 2 interceptions, found his team down 4 points after taking a commanding 10-0 lead with the ball. Since then, has scored 10 unanswered after that fumble. And there's another fumble, but New York is able to gather it. Fortunately for them, shakes off a man before finally being brought down about the 33-yard line. And at this point, Brett, New York probably just wants to get into the half.
I mean, personally, I'd be throwing as far down the field as possible to at least try to, make back those points. But with, such little time left, I might be with you and just trying to get to the halftime talk and try to adjust things, especially on the offensive side if I'm looking at New York.
Both these teams 5-2 going in, so New York probably will remain aggressive. I mean, let's keep in mind that's how they got here, being aggressive. Going up against another hot squad it's also 5-2. You got mano a mano, and sometimes you just got to press those buttons until you can see what sticks. Going empty here to close out the first half. They do have all 3 timeouts. Going to get the ball out quick, but unfortunately overthrows his receiver. I don't think he waited for his back foot to hit the ground, Brett, before he got that ball out.
Yeah, basically snap of the ball. Oh, got to get that ball off. No,
yeah.
You don't need to, Jordan Goodman. You could settle down for at least a second or two. Make sure your receivers are open. That's very much a hasty throw.
Going to go empty here. Cover 3 weak, I believe it is. Going to get that ball out. Finds a wide open receiver who bobbles it, but is able to corral it just beyond the 50-yard line, and New York's going to burn their first time out.
It's been a struggle in this first half for the wide receivers, but sometimes the best thing that can turn around at least the karma of the bad juju to get that go away is just one catch. And going with this, what's the formation again? Split wing jokers.
They're going to throw out of it this time down the field. Finds a man wide open for a gain of about 11 yards, and New York's going to burn their second time out.
Now they got to get down the field quickly because now we're under 20 seconds in this half, and if they want to get themselves a score, we know that they decided to punt inside the 30, so they got to get themselves at least a good 20 more yards until they're comfortable in at least getting a field goal.
I agree. Going to go empty here. Going to spread this defense out. Dime 4-1 personnel. Only one linebacker on the field for San Jose. Anticipating pass. Trying to draw the defense outside, unable to do so, get the ball out. Oh, that ball is almost batted away and intercepted, brought the other way, and that hit the defender in both hands, and he's got to find a way to make that catch. Amonte Dubois got to make that pick.
That's one of those opportunities where you need to grab that football and just hightail it to the end zone. That's a missed opportunity for the San Jose defense. Now New York's got one more opportunity to throw this football. It is a little bit more of a heavy set here on this eye.
Wayne Joker's going to run the ball, which is basically pretty much just giving up on the play. They're going to get a gain of about 4 yards. Going to go hurry up here. Maybe they spike it. They don't. They hand the ball off, and it's going to be ran for a gain of about 7 yards, but unfortunately out of timeouts, and the clock runs out as well as this first half is going to come to a close.
Eddie, this second quarter has been so wild, and it's still only a 10-point game. It's within reach for New York, but that offense has just been, you know, put two fingers between your nose, PU, stinky in this first half. There's a lot of adjustments they got to make offensively, and then defensively, man, it's all about trying to make sure those receivers don't get hot. And you're talking about one of the hottest first halves you can have as a wide receiver in Louis Caduti, who has to have they gave him 197. Surely it feels like he has, you know, 712 yards by himself in this half. He's had absolutely fantastic work, and you can just see the contrasting stats. 3 of 10 in the first half for Jordan Goodman. That's not what you want out of the league-leading quarterback in yards. That's what you need to work on, is get Goodman's confidence back, and you need to get that offense going.
Brady White with 38 pass attempts in one half of football. Ashley Jackson sometimes looking to get that many pass attempts in 2 games.
Hey, you said it, not me.
So we're going to go ahead and start this third quarter here in a moment, Brett. What are you looking for out of New York to try to get back into this ball game?
Well, right now, the pass game has been completely non-existent at this point. You saw Goodman stats, 3 of 10 for maybe 50 yards at this point. So they need to find a way to make adjustments. And more importantly, they need to get that connection of Goodman to Goodman going through. And here's the injury update. Victor Rojas, he's probable to come back in this game despite a dislocated finger. That's probably best case scenario for San Jose.
Brett, as we used to do back in the day, just put some tape around that and a working finger next to it and get back out there. Come on, man.
Dude, I had a dislocated finger in practice one day when I was playing basketball in college, and they popped that baby right back in. I was back in practice. About 5 minutes later, I had 2 fingers taped together so that I wouldn't feel the pain.
That's right. Plus, he's young, so he'll be just fine.
Exactly.
So New York is going to punt this ball away to San Jose. Going to return it out here. Nice return out to about the 34-yard line. Going to set up San Jose in great starting field position.
Now, my main question here, Eddie, is do you think San Jose is going to continue to put that foot on the gas and keep passing that football? Like you said, Brady White's passed that ball 38 times already. There's games where we've seen Scar Patterson throw it 8 times, let alone 38. So are they going to let it off a little bit and they're going to run the football? Or is Brady White going to be contesting with possibly 60 pass attempts in this game?
I think he's going to continue to throw the ball, though he does have a back in the backfield here in this quads look. Defense lining up with a strong side safety in the box within about 7 yards of the line of scrimmage. Let's see, they try to throw the ball over his head. It's going to be a 3-step drop, and they actually attacked the safety, but great job with the defense there by New York. That time, I think San Jose made a mistake throwing into the teeth of the defense.
Yeah, New York's got to keep this mentality, neutralize the wide receivers, basically turn them into pylons out on the field that Brady White can't get the football thrown to, and force the situation where San Jose might have to run the ball instead.
Dime look again, 4-1 defense, 1 linebacker on the field, and wow, he looks like he's about almost as big as his defensive tackle and lined up in front of him.
I think it's that new padding.
3-step drop, great job on the offensive line, gets the ball out, and that ball is batted away by the defender. He was running actually looking for a man to guard, and that ball hit him, I think, in his side. He never even saw it coming.
Yeah, still no Rojas out on the field. I think they might be injecting him with some numbing agent so he doesn't feel his hands. But right now, San Jose not looking too hot in the pass game on this drive.
Not at all. As New York's looking to make adjustments, they're going to send a man in motion. You can tell it's a zone defense. Dime personnel once again. Going to be a 5-step drop this time. Surveys the defense, gets the ball out, finds an open man, but he is unable to hold on to it. Brett, Aiden Tessera has to make that catch.
He does have to make that catch, especially if you're going to be facing, bigger and tougher defenders in the major leagues. You've got to make those short catches and help your offense move forward. So first 3 and out that we've seen from San Jose in a long time.
Yes.
New York's got to take advantage of that opportunity.
They absolutely do. Going to punt this ball away. This crowd, you can hear them trying to wield their team to victory. Going to get a nice return out here at a return of about 7 or 8 yards. Going to be marked down at about the 34-yard line. First down, New York.
And then the big thing for New York, well, I want to see what adjustments they make in this second half. We saw a lot of one formation, and it worked to some success, but not a whole ton. Are they going to stick with that split wing jokers? And right now, they already are.
4-3 defense, 3 linebackers on the field. Going to hand this ball off out to the weak side, but only picks up a gain of about 2 yards. San Jose has been all over that play. It's when they stretch it out and run that, I think it's a strong outside zone to the strong side, they've had the better success.
Yeah, and sometimes you just got to get out of this formation and get to something new. And they're sticking to what they probably practiced this for like 8 hours yesterday.
They're tossed out to the strong side, but the defense is able to bring them down after a gain of about 3 yards. Going to set up a 3rd down and 5 here for New York.
I think what they're seeing is that the 3 of 10 that Goodman's had in this first half, and they're saying to him, you know what, let's just ease you back into the pass game. Let's not do anything too dangerous here. It's only a 10-point game.
They're going to go empty here. 4-1 defense, and great catch there by the receiver. Gets to the sticks, turns around, finds his quarterback, reads his eyes, comes up with a completion. That was a great route run there by New York.
Yeah, it was a good run. It was a good route by James Jennings, and he's also a multi-season veteran in the major leagues too. So you got to trust in your veterans to get you some of those first downs.
Going to be a run to the outside, weak side this time. Going to set up a 2nd down in inches. That's one of their better runs of the day. Running to that weak side, Dominic Kane with another great carry.
And it's been very shocking that the run game has worked a lot better in this game so far for New York than the pass game, but maybe they can get themselves out of their funk by the run game.
Going to be a toss out to the strong side, and they're going to mark them a gain of nothing. 3rd down and inches coming up.
Man, that one was close. I thought that Thompson got through, but they're going to keep things tight, the referees. It's going to be another 3rd and inches coming up. I think this is the second time we've seen this in the game for New York.
Yes, it is. 3rd down and inches. Can they pick it up? They're going to run a toss, and they do pick up that 1st down and a lot more. A gain of about 7 yards on the carry. Dominic Kane continues to make a name for himself here, Brett.
Yeah, and right now, if that pass game isn't going to come into effect, he's got to step up on his own. 84 yards. He's almost averaging 6 yards a carry. That's what you want out of your running back.
Absolutely. Split wing jokers, Brett. I'm not going to call that formation anymore. Going to be a run out to that weak side and picks up about 3 yards.
I think after this game, Eddie, you're going to go into your playbook and you take that formation out of it completely if you do have it in there, because you're starting to get sick of seeing it.
I actually like that formation, but I just don't like it used with this much regularity.
Mm-hmm.
Going to be a give out to that strong side. We talked about that effectiveness a moment ago, but this time San Jose's trying to get wind of it. Only picks up 3 yards. Going to set up a 3rd down and 3.
And it'll be interesting if they go through it one more time, just mainly because we've seen that happen, especially in 3rd and shorts. They're going through it one more time. Now it's going to be that offensive line that needs to give them the gap.
Corners playing close to the line of the game. Going to be a 5-step jump, going to throw out of it. They've been effective at that play before. That ball is tipped up and almost intercepted. That ball is batted around about 3 different San Jose defenders before it finally fall into the ground. Incomplete, going to force a punt.
And the crazy thing is that felt like a game of pinball that I played a couple days ago, and it just that football was all over the place, had multiple hands on that baby, and again, not close enough for comfortable field goal range for New York. They're gonna have to punt this football away.
Gonna try and do a better job of pinning San Jose deep. They do so this time. It's gonna land about the 12-yard line. They're gonna call for the fair catch, and it is caught at the 12. First down and 10. San Jose this time has a bit of a length to go of the field to try to put points on the board.
Yeah, and getting 88 yards to the end zone not only is a prime opportunity for New York to stop them and get good field position, but if San Jose can move down the field, they can chew up a lot of clock.
They're gonna go empty here. Continues to remain aggressive. Brady White has no fear. Gonna put his tailback in the backfield, but it's just for pad protection. He's gonna get that ball out quick against two New York defenders. Ill-advised throw there by Brady White. That ball falls incomplete.
Yeah, if I'm New York, I'm basically gonna have a blanket in the form of defender all over Kadudi for the second half. Make sure he never touches the football ever again.
Second down and 10 deep in their own end. Coming out with this ace look again on empty. 4-3 defense. Defense surveying the field. You got the far side defender playing close to the line of scrimmage. Gonna try to throw it over his head.
Oh.
And he finds a man complete about the 37-yard line. And Parker continues to make a name for himself here with these injuries.
Yeah, and that's just composure and patience from White coming in, because he was just waiting for the right moment, the right amount of separation for one of his receivers to get open. He finds Parker, who's the trailing guy coming from left to right, and it was just a beautifully thrown ball.
Beautifully thrown ball off the wrong foot, but is able to get accurate throw nonetheless. Great pickup by his offensive line, but unfortunately unable to find his target downfield, looking for his man, but unfortunately falls incomplete.
Yeah, that one was a little bit just again trying to change the levels of the field. If you're thinking defensively, he threw deeper on that last play, so he decided to throw short, change the level of field for the New York defense. It just didn't pan out.
Two tight ends on the field. They remained out here pretty much all game long for San Jose. Going to send Song Sing, who's been in motion a lot this game today, getting a good workout in. Oh, that ball is picked off again. And Michael Flint, the trifecta of linebackers for New York, strikes again. Yo, it's Brooklyn in the house. Because their linebackers damn sure are. 3 interceptions by New York, all about their linebacking core. And these linebackers for New York single-handedly keeping them in this game, Brett.
Yeah, this offense for New York has struggled throughout this game, but you know who's going to have a buffet after everything's said and done? All 3 of these linebackers for New York. They are the reason New York has any points on the board in the first place. 3 linebacker pick sixes. Did you have that on your bingo board? Because I surely didn't.
I don't think anyone did. I don't think the fans here had that on their bingo card. And here we are, New York down 3. All 21 points New York has scored today has come at the hands of their defense.
Man, it's San Jose's offense against New York's defense in terms of scoring. Who would have thunk?
Brady White is over there talking to his coaches, looking at his iPad, trying to figure out what is going wrong. San Jose gets the ball, returns it out to the 34-yard line, and if you're Brady White, if you're the head coach of Brady White, what are you telling him right now as he gets back on the field?
Get off the phone. No, I'm kidding. He just needs to focus on, I think he needs to shorten those passes. I think he needs to go for short routes and, get that composure back and then hit a long one afterwards.
And he does just that, just getting right back to business as usual, as this ball is going to be brought down at about the 50-yard line, and he just picks up right where he left off. Victor Rojas continues to make it a name for himself.
I guess his hand is numb enough so that his finger doesn't hurt as much, and now he's making himself an impact in this third quarter. And man, do San Jose need it, because they haven't scored yet in this third quarter. They've moved down the field pretty decently, but Brady White, he's starting to struggle with the turnover bug.
46 pass attempts, and looks like we're going to come up with number 47 here as San Jose goes empty. Going to send a man in motion to the near side of the field. That's Kevin Parker, surveys the defense, 3-step drop, gets the ball out quick, and that ball is caught and returned for a pickup of about 6 yards. Luis Caduti on the reception.
Well, that definitely puts him over 200 yards in receiving. Yeah, back at 203. I think there's only been a couple times where we've seen in the major leagues over 200 yards receiving. So he's in rare air tonight.
Rare air. Going to get the give. A rare run for San Jose tonight. Going to pick up a first down. Caught the defense totally off guard as Aunt Tim with the carry.
I mean, when you throw the ball 600 times in 3 quarters, you're not going to expect a run, and that was just perfectly placed, that run play to get the first down.
Good. Go right back to status quo, going to an empty look, and talk about Son Singh going in motion yet again. Not sure what they see out there to continue to see him in motion, but it's been working for him for the most part, other than those interceptions. Great job by the offensive line, and wow, number 29 for New York had a beat on the ball, but unfortunately got his eyes turned around just a bit too late. Eric Beaumont, if he gets his eyes turned around a bit quicker, he could be going the other way, Brett.
Yeah, and that's a guy who's had a couple of opportunities to get an interception, and it just slips right out of his hands. But again, if White wants to continue going, through this motion, that's a dangerous game to play.
Toss out to the right side, going to pick up about 3.5 yards on 10 with another carry.
Yeah, and then now San Jose starting to carry, run that ball a little bit more, might help calming Brady White down a little bit more. But at the end of the day, this pass game for San Jose needs to be on point, especially now you're so deep in enemy territory.
3rd down and 1 are going to be a give to the weak side of the field. They're going to easily pick up that first down with a gain of about 3 yards. Great job with offensive line, allowing Ace Ketchum to pick up that first down.
Yeah, it was a good initial push on the snap as well that New York wasn't really prepared for. So it felt like that offensive line was already past the first down marker themselves before Ketchum got the first.
Going right back empty. Great, wide open. Does he find his receiver down the field, down that right sideline? Luis Caduti continuing to make a name for himself.
Yeah, it's just those little, I shouldn't say short routes because they're still relatively long, but there's that pocket on opposite sides of the field if you're playing that New York defense that's like 8 to 12 yards that you can gain, and Luis Caduti has just absolutely feasted off of those opposite sides of the field.
They continue to put his face on the screen. Look like I almost know the man personally. They've shown on the screen today so much. Gonna go empty again, and guess who's going in motion again out here to the near side of the field. This continues to attack this cover 3 defense, and that ball is almost intercepted, going to the well a bit too often as they've thrown that route about 7 times today, but this time New York almost intercepts it.
You know, Eddie, the joke used to be so many seasons ago that all linebackers had the stone hands like Jeff Gagne. But now it feels like the corners in this game, they've got the stone hands, and the linebackers have hands of gold.
Absolutely. Gonna go empty again, 2nd down and 10. Oh, that ball's picked up. Are you serious, Brett? Oh, my goodness. Someone cue up the highlight right reel tape. Are you serious? Doesn't he have the stamina to get there? The piano on his back is getting heavy, but he gets his 2nd pick 6 of the game in New York. Oh, my goodness, Brad. He jumps into the home crowd to celebrate.
I've never seen a game like this, Eddie Gage. I don't think you've seen a game like this either, where linebackers have carried the team on their backs, taken to the house, and Brogan Spearaw has had both of those huge pick 6s. You remember that first pick 6 that Spearaw had to have been 60 yards, and this one had to have been 75, if not 80 yards. He's got a tank on him. He's got a defibrillator on the sidelines after his performance. Jeez.
Looking at that replay, Brett, that ball was returned about 85 yards to the house.
Jesus. Man, you and I would get tired after 40.
I thought Brady White had a shot at catching him, but he was not to be denied.
Oh my goodness. $20 super chat from DJ Kilgan, and he said this is what it's all about.
Absolutely. SFL action. You got to love it as San Jose returns this ball out to the 32-yard line. And at this point, the defense for San Jose has done their job, but the offense is letting them down. The defense for San Jose pitching a shutout, but unfortunately the offense is giving up 28 points.
Man, this has just been wild. The atmosphere has changed in New York. Look at the crowd.
Oh, that ball had a wide open receiver right down the middle of the field. Number 45, I think that was, but unfortunately unable to bring it in.
And Elliot Waddell again almost had his hands on the football, but he's found his inner Jeff Gagne, and he's got stone hands in this game. And man, Brady White at 52 pass attempts. He's looking like Ty Patak out there.
He's throwing the ball a lot. Must be his hero. 3-step drop, gets that ball out, and that ball was thrown into tight coverage. Lucky that ball was not intercepted, as that ball got deflected up in the air after the deflection.
And Waddell, instead of trying to play the ball, he plays the man, and it works out to perfection for the New York defense. Now San Jose in the 3rd and 10, still dangerous. You still have to remember, despite, you know, these incidents, these 4 pick sixes in this game, Brady White is still dangerous with the football tonight.
3rd down and 10. San Jose does not want to give the ball up back to New York with facing the deficit after going up 10-0 early on. Can they do so? They're going to bring the blitz right up the middle, but the offensive line holds, surveys the defense, finds the receiver, but unable to bring it in. That ball hit him in both hands, Brett, but unfortunately, Kevin Parker was unable to hold on to it.
Yeah, that one was it was a good throw, but Kevin Parker probably had the toughest time because he had to jump for it, and then he got drilled.
Yeah,
right under the rib cage, right around the kidneys, and that's the toughest spot because that could send you a whole jolt of bad energy all throughout your body.
San Jose going to kick this ball back to New York, looking to get a nice return. They're going to do so all the way return to about the 43.5-yard line. New York's offense has done nothing all day, but they have the lead here, Brett, up 4 late the 3rd quarter, looking to add on to it.
And Zach Benjamin has got to basically give an all-you-can-eat buffet at Waffle House to the defense right now, because the offense has not, worked out like you said, but this defense is, you don't want to say bail them out, but it's definitely been a bailout performance.
They're definitely bailing them out. I'll say it for you, Brett. They bailing them out. Up 28. 4 pick sixes. If that's not a bailout, I don't know what is, but there's a lot of game left. Going to get the ball out to the weak side here. They had moderate success out of it. Going to pick up 5 yards. Dominic Kane, he has been the offense here today.
He has been 100%. I wouldn't be too surprised if he gets over 100 yards. I know he's dangerously close at it already, but he's been running pretty well, and he's been dictating the pace for the New York offense.
Going to be a toss out to the strong side. Surveys the defense, tries to cut back inside, gets what he can, picks up about 2.5 yards. Going to set up a 3rd down and 2.
Yeah, and the big thing that New York just needs to do, if they want to stick to this score, and if this offense, is struggling the way that they are, I think their focus is not to score the football, but to make sure that they get first downs and they chew up clock.
Wayne Jokers got the lone receiver out there in the field. Going to be a power play out to the strong side, and Dominic Kane, they're going to give him the first down, Brett. I don't know. He may have just barely picked that up.
That one's tight. If I'm Art Vandelay, I'm throwing the red hanky, but he's going to keep it in. Surprisingly enough, we had a lot of close calls in this game.
Yes, we have.
Eddie, and no challenges yet.
No challenge flags have been thrown at this point, trying to save those vital timeouts. Going to be a give out to the weak side. Picks up about 2 yards on that play. 2nd down and 8 as this 3rd quarter comes to a close.
Let me just make a quick call here. Hey, Mark Lopez, just make sure you don't have like 8+ plays in that split wing Jokers.
That's going to do it for the 3rd quarter, you guys. Put your 4s up as we are down to a fantastic finish here in the 4th.
Ooh, I'm sweating, Eddie. It has been a wild game.
Think about how much those coaches of these two teams might be sweating. Art Vandelay and Zach just putting in work here with these game plans and just watching it all unfold. As a coach, I know what you're going through, guys. Going to be a toss out to that strong side. Best run of the day in a while for Dominic Kane as he picks up about 13, maybe 14 yards.
Oh, it was great blocking from those edge players over on that right side too. They did great work trying to find their men, and once they got past certain defenders, they just had an entourage to make sure that Kane was going in the right direction. Man, sometimes you beg for some runners to get, 13, 14-yard runs, and those are the runs of dreams.
You talked about it. He just went over 100 yards with that last carry. Now officially at 107. We still got a lot of football left. Gonna be a give out up the middle for a gain of about 3 yards. I think that ball was designed to go outside, but he saw the hole up the middle, took advantage of it, picks up 3.
Yeah, if he would have went outside, he probably would have been stopped at the line. So it was a good job to know where his surrounding area was, find the open gap, and run through it to at least get some positive yardage.
Defense stuffing the line there, anticipating run. They get it and limits New York to a gain of about 1 yard. Gonna set up a 3rd down and 6. And man, does San Jose use a stop here.
And again, this is outside field goal territory for New York. We've seen them punt at this point of the field. So if San Jose makes a stop, they're getting no points.
Gonna try to run for the 1st down, but no one is open, and time runs out, and the pocket collapses. Meerkat with the tackle, and wow, I mean, for a moment there, I thought she had on a Minnesota Legend uniform as fast as she got back there.
Eddie, I'm not going to even try to ask you to make a meerkat noise, because that embarrassed Cameron Irvine when he tried to do it on that one Monday Night Spectacular. I don't know if either of us would do any better, but perfect timing for San Jose's defense to step in, and now having to punt this football away. Let's see how deep San Jose has to start. Oh, he shanked it.
He shanked it a bit, but he might get a good bounce. He does. He's about to be knocked out at about the 6-yard line. Sometimes it's better to be lucky than be good, Brett.
That's true. It's not as bad as that Cameron Duty punt that we saw, I want to say, back in week 6, where he ended up, I think he only ended up punting like 6 yards down the field. That one was terrible.
I remember that. They're going to go doubles this time. Haven't seen this look from San Jose in about 2 quarters. 1 tight end on the field. Going to be a give right up the middle on a dive. But New York is not fooled. Only picks up about half a yard. 2nd down and 9 coming up.
Yeah, and one of the tough things for any team that's, inside their own 10-yard line is that you're almost forced in a situation where you have to run first, because any pass play, you're in danger of getting sacked inside the end zone.
The give right up the middle. Again, back-to-back plays. This time they pick up about 6 yards. Gonna set up a 3rd down and 3, but the good news is they've made room for the punter just in case they have to punt.
Exactly, and not only that, they've made enough room so that they're comfortable in maybe passing that ball as well.
Yeah.
But they're still going to go with heavy set. Again, I wouldn't be too shocked if he passes the football here, Brady White.
Wayne Jones looks like a cover 3 weak or 4 skies. Actually, a 4 sky going to roll out. It's going to be a shovel pass, but this time it hits the offensive lineman in the back. I'm surprised they didn't throw a flag on the play, but New York's defense holds. They're going to force a punt and get fantastic field position out of this too.
Eddie, you said on that Ace Ketchum shovel pass catch that most of the time that the shovel pass almost never works.
Yeah.
In certain things. There's a prime example as to why that doesn't work.
I don't know if those were dragons or what that noise was, Brett. But nonetheless, San Jose gets that punt out. New York's going to get great starting field position on their own side, on our opponent's side of the 50-yard line. They're going to mark it down at the 45-yard line.
Eddie, have you ever seen the Disney TV show Gargoyles? Because that noise reminded me of like the transformation of them, coming into life, because we're getting close to 10 p.m. Eastern here.
Yes, we are. It's almost my bedtime, Brett. I'm old over here, but I'm hanging in there somehow, some way. Split wing Joker is going to be a give out to the weak side, and you know who, Dominic Kane, putting in work, drags 3 San Jose defenders and picks up 8 yards.
At this point, I think New York's just content with just moving the ball down the field and trying to shed some clock, because the offense hasn't worked, but that defense has given them all the points tonight.
I agree. Our wing Joker's only 1 wide receiver on the field versus 2 tight ends. I'm going to give out to the weak side. Great block, but the hole closed up quick. Going to be a gain of nothing, and it's going to set up a 3rd down and 2.
Here's another coaching question, Eddie. If you had a decision on whether or not to pick from a formation that has jokers or jacks, which one would you prefer to have?
Jokers, because it has better pass plays.
I like it. Okay.
Gonna be a power run out to the strong side. Dominic Kane picks up the first down on the give, about 4 yards. First down, New York.
And again, they're comfortable with just running this football, making sure that Jordan Goodman doesn't make any mistakes because he has been ice cold all throughout the game. So why not just keep it to the hot hand, keep it with Dominic Kane, keep it with Tommy Thompson, move that ball down the field.
Gonna be the give out to the weak side. Great hold up the middle, a gain of about 6 yards. And I don't know if they partying outside the stadium. Maybe they still barbecuing out there or what, but they got fireworks going here in Brooklyn. They can smell the victory.
And right now, again, going with that run game, that clock ticking, basically working to their cookbook right now. And like you said, they're ready for that barbecue feast.
Gonna be a toss. Look at this great niftiness there by Dominic Kane. Made a man miss and made a man pay as he brought him down. First down, New York. They're looking to, like you said, Brett, burn this clock out.
Yeah, and now they're probably in more comfortable field goal range at this point. Now getting, themselves comfortably inside the red zone. So now they have to think to themselves, hey, at least we can get 3 points out of this. So no mistakes for any of this New York offensive players moving forward.
Haven't called his name all day, but Kajor Rivers there with a great block as a fullback. You love to see that.
Mm-hmm.
A give out to the weak side. He cuts it back inside. We've been seeing him doing here in this fourth quarter. Brett picks up 6 yards, and this is the most productive run game they got out of New York all day.
And you know what's crazy, Eddie, is that I'm so used to seeing, a couple carries here and there for Kajira Rivers, and he's been mostly just on blocking duty throughout this game, which, might be more to his benefit because he is one of the better blocking fullbacks in the minor leagues.
Going to be a toss out to the strong side this time. San Jose counters it well. Picks up about 2 yards. It looked like it had a chance to pick up more than that, but San Jose closed that hole up quickly. 3rd down and 2. San Jose's got to get off the field here.
Yeah, they need to get this 3rd down stop, or else New York might be threatening to open this game up by 11 here.
All 11 men within 2 yards of the line of scrimmage, and it pays off as they force New York to fall short of the line. The game going to have a 4th and inches. And Brett, here's $1 million question for you. The success they had out of this run game here in this drive, do you go for it?
Yeah, at this point with the lead, you can't trust an offense that hasn't worked out all game. So I would stick with the field goal.
They're going to do it. 25-yard field goal attempt is up, and it is right down the middle. 3:58 left in this ball game. New York puts up their first offensive points of the game, and they found themselves up a touchdown here with under 4 minutes to play.
Yeah, that's the big thing. They got the field goal to make this contest a 7-point game. That is probably more important for New York because now San Jose has to go down the field. They have to score in order to tie this game now.
Have to score, Brett. 3 points won't do it. They need 7. Gonna kick this ball off just under 4 minutes. Gonna field the ball at about the 6-yard line. Is gonna be returned. Runs over a man, gets tackled at about the 31-yard line, Brett.
It'll be a big test for San Jose. The pass game has gotten cold over the last, I would say, 8 minutes or so of this second half. So it'll be interesting how San Jose approaches this with 3:55 left.
3:55 left in this ball game, and no time for Brady White to think about the pass. He has got to put that behind him. This offense, like you said, has gone cold since going up 10-0. They ended the half on a nice little streak, but here they are in the 4th, down a touchdown against this vaunted New York defense who throws the ball over the head of these linebackers. It picks up about 14 yards. Victor Rojas with the reception.
And we've seen this a lot from the New York defense. I think that was a cover 2 once again from them, and you'll have to correct me if I'm wrong. That might be cover 3 actually.
It was cover 3.
Yeah, it was cover 3 on that one. But with those cover plays, it's always dangerous that level between the linebackers and safeties, that 2nd to 3rd level, sometimes gets way too open of a pocket for the receivers to catch footballs.
Going empty here, as they've done pretty much most of this game tonight. 5-step drop, throws right down the middle of the field, and that pass has been there all night out of that set. They're going to go hurry up, Brett. Kadudi with the reception. 3-step drop this time, goes right over the receiver's head, and that ball is going to be caught at about the 31-yard line. That time, Kevin Parker with another reception.
Yeah, I like this formation on the hurry up here.
I do too. Going to survey the defense to get that ball out, and again, Kadudi, about the 20-yard line, Brett. And I don't know if I'm you, but I'm probably going to slow down a little bit here.
I'm not sure. Sometimes you can just get a delivery done, and you want to keep with the hot hands. Another 12 to 15-yard catch on this hurry up here.
And they're going to go hurry up again, this time on the 4-yard line. Got to be careful as that window is going to close a bit here with the end zone behind them. Got to get the ball out. That ball is tipped and lucky to not be intercepted as the defense had both hands on it. Elliott Waddell with the reception. Excuse me, with the deflection.
Sooner or later, Eddie, Elliott Waddell's going to get himself an interception. That's got to be the 4th or 5th time in this game that he's had his hands on the football and can't secure it. That is a dangerous throw from Brady White. Like you said, that pocket very much closed down for him.
On a 4-yard line, they're going to go shotgun, and that ball is tipped. Excuse me. I think he had a hand on it, but actually Sparrow, who already has 2 pick sixes in this game, was able to knock it out of his hands.
Yeah, man, you almost don't want to throw it down the middle.
No.
If you're Brady White in a goal line situation, you want to look at the corners of the end zone.
Yeah.
Maybe get Kadudi or Rojas on a fade and just arc that baby to the corner of the end zone, especially with a 6'6" receiver like Rojas. Throw it his way.
4-2 nickel defense, countered by shotgun. I think it's gun quads left. Surveys the defense, get the ball out. That ball is caught for a touchdown. And just like that, San Jose drives down the field unabated by the defense. And you know who, Kadudi, with another grab. This one goes for 6.
Man, Brady White told himself on the sidelines, I'm going to will this team back to tie up this game. Who cares about the pick sixes? I'm going to get myself my 4th touchdown. Let's bring things to even here in this game. Extra point away San Jose is from tying this contest.
2:32 left. The question is, did they leave too much time for New York to drive downfield and respond? They only need a field goal.
Yeah, basically any points are good for either team at this stage. I'm looking at if New York kind of changes their approach now that it's a tie football game. We've seen a lot of run in this 4th quarter.
Perhaps we see them open it up a bit and show us some formations we haven't yet to see. With 2:30 left in this game, they're going to get the ball and return it right down the middle of the field. Nice return down to about the 37-yard line. 2:29 left, so you have all 3 timeouts plus the free timeout with the 2-minute warning to work with, Brett.
You know, and I hate to bring this up at this stage of the game, Eddie, but Chris Delro makes an interesting point in the chat. Technically, Brady White's thrown for 8 touchdowns tonight.
Oh, come on, man. You guys in the SFL are ruthless. But they got to come out here in the split wing jokers, Brett, here. They have success with this play, but San Jose started dialing on that a bit. Luis Quintana with a tackle.
Yeah, and if I'm New York, I would just run this to the 2-minute warning. I wouldn't run another play and get your 2-minute drill offense going, because split wing jokers is not the way if you want to move down the field and get yourself points.
They're going to do it anyway. Going to run that toss to that side. And San Jose has seen enough of that. Dominic Kane, as soon as he came on the field, they told everyone, find number 26.
And 2 minutes to go, Eddie. We are at a tie ball game. This has been spectacular minor league football.
Brett, you know, the fans, I know they're excited, but it's 3rd down and 11, and the long game, you know, when they got behind the sticks, it has not boded well for them. You do not want to get a ball back to San Jose with all 3 of their timeouts left.
You don't. You need to get this completion if you're Jordan Goodman.
5-step drop, looks down the right sideline, finds a wide open receiver for a big first down at about the 42-yard line, and that was probably the biggest play, one of the biggest plays of the offense for New York in this game.
Man, and it's easily Ivan Lizardi's biggest play of the game, because that was his first catch of the game, and what a way to get it. Great. Just it was a lack of judgment from the San Jose defense, and you can see Dustin Sokasi, who is about 3 or 4 yards behind ahead in terms of the route, and Lizardi decides to just slow things down, give himself that open look, and now New York moving down the field again.
Moving down the field and a great run. Look at Dominic Kane knocking would-be tacklers down to the turf and picks up 6 yards.
Now, New York's got to be careful with these runs here. If they should quickly get back to the huddle, change their formation so they can get themselves an opportunity to move down the field. Their magic yard line number is probably at the 25.
I would say about the 20 just to be sure, but our wing jokers it is. One receiver on the field going to line a fullback up to the near side away from that receiver. Going to throw a weak zone out there, and he runs away from his blockers. Why, I'm not sure. Only picks up a yard, Loggins with the tackle. 3rd down and 3, Brett.
Yeah, and that play did not help because now that they're under a minute, they've got to be very choicey with what play they're going to go with. They're still going with the split wing jokers. I don't know if that's the play you want in your 2-minute drill.
7 men within about 4 yards of the line of scrimmage. Is going to be a handoff up the middle. Does he pick it up? No. Dominic Kane is tackled 2 yards short of the line of scrimmage, and San Jose going to burn their timeout, Brett.
I'm not sure if you want to have a set like split wing jokers in your 2-minute drill, because then situations like this would arise. This would be about a 50-yarder, and of course Cliff Allen could make it, but they don't have a Cliff Allen on their team.
Cliff Allen made a 56-yarder to beat Florida in the playoffs to advance to the semifinals several seasons ago. But you're right, he doesn't have it on the field. Made a nice play. Oh, it's bobbled! But he's able to corral it, thankfully, for San Jose at the 18-yard line, Brett. That got scary there for a moment.
And now it's going to be San Jose's time to potentially move down the field. They've got 2 timeouts, 24 seconds left. Those 10 to 15-yard passes have worked, but they can't trust on it too much. I'd be looking for at least 1 deep bomb.
3-step drop, looks down the field, finds a man wide open for a gain of about 14 yards. Gonna burn that second timeout. San Jose, they have the plays in the playbook to get the ball downfield, Brett. Are they able to do so? Keep in mind, New York has 4 pick sixes in this ball game. 64 pass attempts. My goodness, Johnny Pickler would be proud.
Johnny Kim is jealous over in Baltimore.
Yes, he is. Quaz look, 1 man in the backfield, 3-step drop, all slants play. That ball is lucky to not be intercepted. Not sure what Brady White was looking at.
Yeah, he's got to look for something deep, and that's not the play you want to go with because you've got a bevy of New York defenders in that area. So, again, looking at the right area, he's not looking middle. He's looking more so veering off the left side, but he's got to be careful with throws like that. Now you've got a trips to the right. I'd be looking at one of those receivers because that could be a mismatch between those 2 defenders.
Combo inside zone out of the 4-1. They bring the blitz back, the defensive tackle out of it, and it finds a man wide open right at midfield. They're going to go hurry up, not letting them burn that timeout. Hopefully they do spike it. Let's see if they do. With 3 seconds left, they do spike it.
They don't. They have to call their last timeout.
They burn that timeout, excuse me. So now, Brett, they're going to go with the Hail Gary attempt, as you like to say.
Now you're getting with it.
So Brady White going to test his arm strength. What kind of arm strength did this young man have? Actually, he's not going to go with the Hail Mary. He's going to go 5 wide. But it's only a 3-step drop. He throws the ball down the middle field, finds a man open, but New York gave that to him. They don't mind that at all. And this is going to go into OT, Brett.
Eddie, we got free football after what has to be the wildest last 3 quarters of football that we've seen in minor league action in a very long time. So I'm happy to get some free football.
Free football for everyone. Put your 5s up, ladies and gentlemen. We are going into the 5th quarter.
And you know, Eddie, sudden death rules. First team to score. Doesn't matter if it's a touchdown or a field goal. They're going to get the dub.
I love how they give some love to Matt Wilson with the 12 forever sign up there. So New York wins the toss, and they elect, of course, to receive the football to the delight of these home fans.
New York's got the first opportunity to seal things, and they've got to. I think they need to veer away from the split wing jokers. They need to get themselves more, maybe just to switch things up entirely. Go with the empty set that they did a lot in last week's game.
Fielded at about the 3-yard line, the best kickoff for other team this game, and it's going to be brought out to about the 28-yard line.
And now, New York's opportunity starts here. If you want to bring the fans home happy, you get that offense to score their first points of the contest that isn't a field goal or a defensive touchdown.
Robert Henson is asking, let's go ahead and put this team away and go home. Send the fans home. Heavy going to be a 5-step drop. Nice play design out of that split wing Jokers out to about the 45-yard line. Great play there, Brett.
And that's the first touch that Kajiro Rivers gets, and it's off a screen pass. And man, Eddie, there are teams that, you know, come to me in DMs and say that they struggle so much with the swing pass that they completely eliminate it out of their playbooks. And New York just played that swing pass, that screenplay perfectly. So Rivers had plenty of space on the left side, didn't have to worry about just getting to the first down marker. He could run to wide open field, get 20 yards on that play.
Zach ran that split wing Jokers to success, looked over here to broadcast booth and said, take that, guys. Gonna be a give out to the left side, and Dominic Kane gets obliterated after a gain of about 2 yards, 2nd down and 8.
You know, and hey, Stephen Goodman, the unknown third member of the Goodman family, has been putting in some quiet work tonight, and that's been his absolute biggest hit of the game.
4-3 defense, strong side safety in the box, but it doesn't matter. They're gonna run it anyway and pick up about 4 yards. Dominic Kane with another carry. 3rd down and 4 coming up.
Ooh, I like that. Stephen Goodman just probably threw out his nickname moving forward in the league. He's the black sheep.
I like it. I like it.
Yeah, I like that.
3rd down and 4. Defense got to get off the field. Offense got to have it. Only one man can win. Who's going to be? Going to be a give out to the weak side, but he's going to unfortunately fall short, and San Jose is going to force a punt.
Man, big hit from Bobby Green, the week 3 signing, one of the newer linebackers in this league, and that's definitely one that you want to have back if you're New York. Sometimes that split wing Jokers works to dividends. Sometimes it's been killing you in terms of the offensive drives.
Gonna force this ball out, gonna try and pin him deep. Can they do so? It's gonna be fair caught at about the 21-yard line. San Jose, a game to forget for Brady White, but he can put all of that behind him, so he find a way to march his offense downfield and put up points. Can he do it?
I think his game has been basically the definition of a double-edged sword, because he has, I want to say, over 400 yards passing, but he's also had 4 pick sixes. So he's got to be careful when throwing the ball.
Cover 3 look, gonna find the ball. And, they're gonna ruin that fumble. I'm not sure about that one.
That's gonna be.
Oh, Brett can't get it out of his mouth. Yeah, I don't think that's gonna stand, Brett. I don't think he got 2 feet down, but I'm sure we're gonna get another look at it.
Yeah, I don't even think that the receiver had 1 foot down, let alone 2 after the catch. He didn't even have a full motion of that football. So I could see this easily getting challenged either by Art Vandelay or by the booth in terms of the review. I would be doing that right away if I'm San Jose.
And we're still waiting on that flag. We're still waiting on that flag.
Whoa.
Brett, we're still waiting on the flag. They are not throwing the flag, Brett. What is going on?
No.
Oh, my goodness. The ball's at the 20-yard line already in field goal range. They're going to give the ball out to Dominic Kane, who's going to lose about a half a yard. And, Brett, why not throw the flag?
That's crazy. You have to throw that flag because there was absolutely no motion after the catch for the receiver, and now New York's going to pay in dividends to that. And let's give Finn Steele the fumble recovery again. If we're saying it officially, linebackers taking care of business once again.
They're going empty. What are you doing on the 20-yard line? And that ball is lucky to not be intercepted. I don't know, Brett. I'm a defensive guy. You're an offensive guy. You probably love that play. I was sitting there saying to myself, at least put a back in the backfield to put at least a threat of a run. But, hey, I guess 2 different personalities, 2 different opinions. Nonetheless, going to set up a 3rd down and 10.
They've been trying all game to get that son-to-father connection, Jordan to Michael Goodman, and it just hasn't worked out. That's probably the best opportunity that they've had in this as well. Just, my goodness.
They go again, Brett. Oh, wow. Going to send a man in motion. Talk about living on the edge.
Playbook coming in here.
Art Vandelay said he left the challenge flag in the locker room at halftime. It's going to be a 5-step drop. Looking for a man. No one's open. Going to get the ball. It's intercepted. San Jose with the return. Talk about making amends for that no call. San Jose responds. You're in chip shot field goal range. What are you doing, New York?
Man, I'm becoming more speechless as this overtime period is still going through. We're not even, I say, a full 3 minutes into this overtime, Eddie, and there has been some wild and wacky stuff going on right now. I would not have believed that a fumble caused right after the catch, no review call, and then followed up by New York going empty set inside the 20, and that sometimes that bites you in the you know what.
K-Shed says the ball don't lie. Look at the pass protection, and he finds a man open, but unable to hold on to it. Number 45, I think that was Aunt Tim, not used to running routes that far downfield, and expected to hold on to it. 2nd down and 10.
That ball was jarred off Aunt Tim, was in the air, and Kadudi was almost gonna bobble that ball into his chest, and that probably would have been one of the craziest catch and runs I would ever seen.
Empty set, time is running out, throws the ball, and it is picked off. Greco Fit with the interception, the 5th interception by a New York linebacker today, and just like that, right back into this ball game. Brett, this is anybody's ball game. I don't think either team necessarily is trying to win it.
Man, both quarterbacks, at least in this second half, have looked like a pair of Jamarcus Russells out there with how accurate they've been throwing that football. It's just absolutely nuts right now. First sighting of Mike Daggs, what does he say? ...
One of the craziest games in SFL history. New York has the ball at about the 48-yard line. It's going to be a give out to the weak side. And look at Dominic Kane establishing dominance as he picks up a 1st down right up the A gap, a gain of about 12 yards.
At this point, if you're New York, you're just saying to yourself, hand the ball off to Kane, hand the ball off to Tommy Thompson. We're not even thinking about passing this football unless we're desperate. We're going to make sure that we secure this football game. I'm pretty sure that at least one member of the coaching staff on both teams are close to a heart attack.
If I'm Zach, I'm looking over at the special teams coach, telling him go talk to the kicker and find out which hash mark he wants the ball on. They're going to give this ball out to the weak side. We've seen this play a number of times today. Picks up about 4 yards. That's the most success they've had of this play in quite some time.
You know, and I talked, and people in the chat are starting to talk about it. Maybe we need ourselves a game-winning drop kick to get ourselves out of here, because we have seen everything up to this point except the drop kick.
We've seen it all. 5 interceptions by New York's defense, all by their linebackers. Dominic Kane bottled up for a gain of about a yard. They're the 31-yard line, Brett. They are not within field goal range. They need to pick up this 1st down.
No, it's 3rd and 5 too, so they might be forced into a passing situation. We got empty set, Eddie. Shades of just a minute and a half ago.
Shades of just a minute and a half ago. Shades of all game, pretty much. Empty look, 4-1 dime. Gonna send a man in motion out to the near side. For those of you watching at home, listening at home on an AM radio, going west to east. Gonna be a 5-step drop, surveys the defense. Offensive line holds up, gets a man found wide open down the seams for a 1st down. Goodman with the reception.
Man, and that's a hard hit after the catch too, and I'm surprised that he managed to keep that ball in his hands. And finally, the G2G connection hits, and that is just what the doctor ordered. Inside the 15, I would just settle things now, but New York is hungry.
They are, and I'll go ahead and call it, Brett, the retroactive catch of the game. As he caught that, he's obliterated by the secondary. Going to line up in their favorite formation, split wing jokers. Going to send a fullback out in motion to the far side of the field. Not sure what he's doing down there, but it's going to be a give out to the left side. And look at Dominic Kane, almost a broken tackle away from a game-winning touchdown, but he gets the ball to the 6-yard line. And Brett, I don't know about you, but I'm sending the kicker out here right here.
Yeah, I would get the kicker out right now, but one-on-one coverage. It was Kane against Ramnar Sudi, and Sudi gets the tackle to prevent the touchdown. Now it's 21 yards from the left hash mark. This isn't a guarantee, Eddie.
From 21 yards out from left to right, that ball is right down Broadway, and it is good. Yo, it's Brooklyn in the house without a doubt. The offense puts up 6 points. The defense puts up 28 points, and they win it for New York, 34-31, the final here in overtime.
Dude, if I'm a New York fan right now, I'm feeling that we just went through an entire roller coaster ride in a span of 2 hours. I mean, your heart must have been pumping, and then from nervous energy to excited energy, back to nervous energy. My goodness, the
70
defense,
pass play.
man, unbelievable. I don't think we'll ever see a quarterback throw 70 passes anywhere, and we just saw it tonight. And man, oh man, Dominic Kane, you are the hero offensively for New York, because the offense in the pass game completely neutralized by the San Jose defense, and then those linebackers, man, you're basically buying a Waffle House for them and saying, this is yours. You can eat whatever's in the back and make sure that you clean up afterwards, because man, oh man, did they ever do the work. All 5 picks from linebackers, as well as the fumble recovery, which is going to go down in the annals of history as one of the most controversial calls the referees have made in minor league history, that's for sure. But New York is going to walk away with a overtime victory here.
2 5-2 teams going at it. It has to go to overtime, Brett. It was almost mandated. Anytime you got 2 heavyweights going at it. New York, for the time being, claims first place in the SFL amongst all the greats, looking to establish their dominance as they close out the season, as it winds down. But wow, what a great performance by both teams. Neither team wanted to walk away with a loss, and of course they had to go to overtime to settle things. And Brett, we were not disappointed.
Not at all. This is probably one of the most memorable games to date. Absolutely 100%.
There have been some great games in the SFL. Art Vanderlei talks about it all the time. You got the catch. You got some great interceptions by, I think it was the team out in Wisconsin back in the day. I forget the city, but they played in. But wow, there's some great moments in the SFL history, and this one ranks right up there with one of them.
Yeah, but man, we're past 10 o'clock. We're past 10 o'clock Eastern. You got to get to bed. Let's get out of here.
That's right. SFL Nation, we love y'all. For Brett, for myself, and Alex West, we're going to get up out of here, y'all. Great game by both teams. It has to go to overtime. Both teams deliver, but we're going to get up out of here, y'all. Until next week, thanks for coming. Good night, and drive home safely, Brett, because what?
We out.
We out of here, y'all. Peace.